true love or rich life? Anna was a beautiful young woman who lived in a busy city. She dreamed of a big life with expensive clothes, a big house, and a handsome, rich husband. Every day she looked at pictures of rich people and wished she could be like them. She wanted someone who could give her everything she wanted. She believed money was the key to a happy life. One afternoon, Anna met a boy named George. He was kind, smart, and had a warm smile. They talked for hours and laughed a lot. George liked music, books, and long walks in the park. Anna enjoyed his company and felt happy when she was with him. She began to think maybe love was more important than money. For many weeks, Anna and George spent time together. They went to the park, ate ice cream, watched movies, and shared stories about their lives. Anna felt close to George and started to fall in love. She thought he was sweet and honest. Everything seemed perfect, and she thought maybe he was the one. One evening, as they sat on a bench under the stars, George looked at her and said, "Anna, I need to tell you something. I am not rich. I work in a small shop. I don't have a car, and I don't own a big house. I just have a simple life." His voice was calm, but his eyes looked worried. Anna was shocked. She stayed quiet for a moment. Then she stood up and looked at George. "You can't make me happy," she said. "I need more than love. I want a better life. I want someone who can give me everything." She turned away and walked into the dark street, leaving George alone. George sat on the bench, silent and heartbroken. His eyes followed her until she disappeared. He felt sad, but he didn't stop her. He knew he could not change her mind. He watched the stars and thought, maybe one day she will understand. Anna walked fast, her heart full of new dreams. "I will find someone rich," she said to herself. "I will find the life I want. I will never be poor again." She did not look back. Anna started a new life. She went to parties and met many people. She wore pretty dresses and tried to look rich. She smiled at men with nice cars and big watches. She told herself, "I will find the perfect man soon." One night, Anna met a man named Henry. He was tall and handsome. He wore a suit and had a shiny black car. He said he owned a big house and had many businesses. Anna's eyes lit up. She thought, "This is the man I was looking for." Henry took her to nice restaurants. He bought her flowers and gifts. He talked about money and travel. Anna believed every word. She felt lucky and special. She said yes when he asked her to marry him. They had a big wedding. People cheered and clapped. Anna smiled in every photo. She thought, "Now my life is perfect. I will be happy forever." But not everything was as it seemed. After the wedding, Anna moved into Henry's house. It was big and beautiful, with shiny floors and expensive furniture, but something felt strange. Henry was often on his phone. He did not let Anna open some doors. He told her, "That room is not for you," and then changed the subject. One day, Anna wanted to cook dinner. She opened the kitchen cupboard and saw very little food. "That's odd," she thought. She checked the fridge. It was almost empty. "Why is there nothing here?" she asked Henry. He laughed and said, "Don't worry, I'll order something." Later, Henry took Anna to a party. There she met a man who looked very familiar. He smiled at her and said, "Hello, Anna." Her eyes went wide. It was George, her old love. But now he wore a nice suit and looked very different. He stood next to Henry and said, "I'm Henry's best friend." Anna's heart began to beat fast. She didn't understand what was happening. Why was George here? Why was he with Henry? George looked at her calmly. "Nice to see you again," he said. But Anna could not speak. She felt confused and a little afraid something was not right. Anna could not sleep that night. Her mind was full of questions. Why is George here? Why didn't he tell me? She whispered to herself. She looked at Henry, who was snoring beside her, and felt a strange fear in her heart. She remembered George's eyes at the party. They were calm but full of meaning. The next morning, Anna followed Henry when he left the house. She stayed far behind so he couldn't see her. After a short walk, he stopped in front of a small house. He knocked on the door. A man opened it. It was George. Anna hid behind a tree. She watched them talk. Then something shocked her. Henry gave George a key. He said, "Thanks for letting me stay in your house again." George nodded and replied, "Just remember, it's not yours." Anna covered her mouth with her hand. Her heart dropped. "What? This house is not Henry's. It belongs to George," she said quietly. She stood there, frozen. Everything was a lie. The big house, the car, the money, nothing belonged to Henry. It was all George's. Anna's legs felt weak. She sat on a bench and held her head. Her heart was full of regret. Anna stayed on the bench for a long time. The wind blew softly, but she didn't feel it. Her mind was full of memories and pain. She thought about George, how kind he was, how true his love had been. She remembered his sad eyes the night she left him. And now she was living in his house, married to a man who had lied to her. Tears filled her eyes. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I left the one who loved me for someone who only wanted to look rich." She wiped her face and stood up. She knew she had to talk to George. She had to hear the truth from him. Later that day, Anna went to George's small house. She knocked on the door. George opened it and looked surprised. "Anna," he said, "what are you doing here?" She looked down for a second, then into his eyes. "I know everything now," she said softly. "The house, the car, the lies. Henry told me they were his, but they're yours." George didn't answer at first. Then he said, "Yes, they are mine. I let Henry use them. I wanted to see what kind of person you were. I wanted to know if you loved me for who I am or for what I have." Anna's face turned red. "So? This was a test?" she asked. George nodded. "I still loved you, Anna, even after you left me. But I needed to know if your love was true." Anna felt a deep pain in her heart. She had failed the test. She had chosen money over love. She looked at George, her voice shaking. "I was wrong. I didn't understand before, but I do now. I'm sorry." George looked at her with kind eyes. "I believe you," he said, "but some lessons are hard. We must live with the choices we make." Anna nodded slowly. She felt ashamed, but also thankful. George had told her the truth, and the truth, though painful, opened her eyes. Anna walked home alone that evening. The streets were quiet, but her heart was loud. Every step felt heavy. She thought about her choices, her dreams, and the meaning of real happiness. The big house, the shiny car, the parties, none of it felt real anymore. She now knew the truth. Love was more valuable than anything money could buy. When she reached the house, Henry was waiting. He smiled, but Anna did not smile back. "We need to talk," she said. Henry sat down, looking worried. "I know everything now," she said firmly. "You lied to me. The house, the car, they are not yours. You used me, and you used your friend." Henry looked down. He did not deny it. "I wanted to impress you," he said. "I thought you would never look at me if you knew the truth." Anna shook her head. "Maybe that was true before," she said, "but not anymore. I don't want this fake life. I don't want lies." She packed her things that night. No anger, no shouting, just quiet understanding. She left the house, not knowing where she would go, but feeling lighter inside. She needed time to find herself again, to learn who she was without the noise of gold and glitter. Weeks passed. Anna found a small job in a bookshop. She lived in a small apartment. Life was simple, but she felt peace for the first time in a long time. She smiled more. She read books. She made tea. And slowly she began to heal. One day George walked into the bookshop. He looked at her and smiled. "Hi, Anna," he said. Anna smiled back. "Hi, George." They stood there, quiet for a moment. Then he said, "Would you like to take a walk with me?" Anna nodded. "Yes, I would like that." They walked out together, side by side. No promises, no plans. Just two people who had learned what love really means. And this time, Anna did not walk away.